Hello everyone, this is Dr. Esperanza and I've been an online teacher since 2013 and I've been producing math videos for my students who are watching my math lessons not just in my classroom in California but also to the students across the globe. I'm also producing math videos not only in English but also in Filipino to reach out to more students who are wanting to learn math from me. And I know that this time we are experiencing a different type of crisis that we have not experienced before. Most of the universities and most schools are now closing and most of the modalities when it comes to teaching are being migrated to an online environment. So I'm here to give you some of my tips on how to effectively create an online environment so that students will be able to achieve and learn from you as an instructor.
It definitely has hindered a lot of people's academic experience. Like anyone can tell you now we're writing exams online, we're taking classes online, so it's definitely a nuisance, but I guess the school has to do what they have to do in order to preserve everyone's health.
I think it's kind of unfair for international students because a lot of people are going home, but we don't really have a place to go home. So I feel like we're just kind of forced to be stuck on campus.
I think the biggest impact is the midterm got delayed, and in fact, I think we got more time to prepare for it. Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think it's a good impact. Yeah.
Tip number 1, classroom management. So classroom management is going to be a little bit weird in an online environment because 1, you don't have a classroom. However, our classroom is going to be a Blackboard or Canvas if you're already using your Canvas account. And the textbook that we're going to be using is through My Math Lab or My Stat Lab or Connect Math. So those are the materials that we're going to be using to facilitate our teaching online. And one of the most important classroom management tip that I could share with you is creating a routine to our students. And we also need to think that before, our students are probably having 1 or 2 online classes in each semester, but now all their classes will be done online. So you have to be smart about it because our students need routine and they need to have a structure. If you need to give out homework every Monday, do it consistently. If you need to respond to their emails, do it immediately. So keep that in mind, and I hope that in this journey and in this process you'll be able to learn a skill or 2 on how to manage your time in a virtual classroom. Tip number 2, choose an effective video. So there are so many videos that you could use online because as a math instructor relies heavily on modeling. So to be able to teach our students, we need to model. It's so difficult to imagine teaching a student implicit differentiation if we're just going to be talking and lecturing how implicit differentiation is achieved. Keep that in mind that our students need to have a more visual approach when it comes to learning mathematics. And since we are in an emergency, I know that most of you will be quick to go to YouTube and find and search for topics that would help you give the demonstration part of the lesson through the videos that you're going to be using off of YouTube. So 1, just be mindful on what videos to select. Make sure to watch the entire video before you post it in your Blackboard or have your students watch it, because I made that mistake when I was doing this online teaching for the first time. I'm just typing the topic off of YouTube and then download that YouTube video and let my students watch it without me watching it because I thought that it's just going to be the same. Big mistake. So make sure to watch it so that you would know what your students are watching. And speaking of watching videos, I have some of my videos that you could also watch and probably recommend to your students because I've been recording math videos since 2013 and I have a collection of videos from basic algebra all the way to Calculus 1. So if you think that my videos would work for you, check it out in my YouTube channel. Just type in the search button the topics that you want to share to your students, and I'm probably going to have that topic from statistics to discrete mathematics to calculus to pre-calculus to trigonometry. In general, I have math videos that you could utilize and use, so check it out and hopefully I'll be able to help you in being your substitute lecturer in explaining those math concepts to your students while watching my videos. Tip number 3, why not create your own video? I've been a content creator since 2013, and in my experience as a flipped classroom advocate, I use this in my high school students, I use this in my community college students, I use this in Chapman as well, and to become an effective teacher online, it's extremely important that the students will have a connection with you as an online instructor. So that is why I created my math videos with me on it, because I know that I'd be able to help more students if they know that their real teacher or their actual instructor is actually in the video teaching them calculus or teaching them how to find the midpoint of a line. And all throughout the years, I developed or created some methods that you could try on. So you could use minimal technology all the way to full technology when it comes to creating your first video lesson. The first video technique or the first method that I used was just a plain whiteboard in my handwriting in creating my math lectures. So I was able to produce over 300 math videos from this particular method because one, it's simple, it's easy, and it's quick. You just need your phone camera or your computer camera or your iPad to record the math video, and it's just going to be a one-take process. Another method that I used is document camera. So using a document camera, it's easier to teach students when they are seeing how the math work is done. So in this method, I just need a document camera and just show them how to answer some series of problems or examples so that they could model or see how it's done, so that when we give our homework or classwork or quizzes, they have a video on how to do it step by step. And another method that you could also work on or try on is using your PowerPoint presentation or your keynote presentation and just do a voiceover of the presentation that you have online. So that's another method that I use in my math videos. And all these math videos, I have my face on it because I know that it's more effective for students to learn from you if they are seeing who is teaching them online. However, if you're a little bit on the fence or a little bit camera shy and want to show your face, you can opt out to that particular element in your video and just show your PowerPoint presentation and just use your voiceover. Be the content creator, be the teacher or the instructor who would give them math lessons by trying out a new skill of creating your own online lectures for this semester. Number 4, make your class more personable. And in my case, I do this by creating a 2-minute weekly announcement to my students. We don't know how long this is going to last, how long we're going to be teaching online with this COVID-19 scare that is going on globally. Again, you can just use your phone, you can use your computer camera to record yourself for 2 minutes to just tell them your weekly expectations. In my case, I give them a weekly announcement which contains reminder of the deadline that they need to submit for that week. It may be a discussion post, it may be a math work that they need to complete of Connect Math. Not only that I'm reminding them of the responsibilities or expectations that I have from them, it's also giving me the opportunity to let them see that I am taking an effort to reaching out with them and make the classroom to have that feel of traditional learning even though it's being done virtually. Tip number 5, make an engaging classroom by responding to their emails as promptly as possible. And again, in my experience, I don't let my students wait 2-3 hours in responding to their emails, because most of the times when I receive emails or inquiries from my students, I receive it over the phone. So I just immediately just type in an email or shoot them an email back so that they will have an immediate response, because again, being in an online environment, some of these students are so into the work during that particular hour, and if you waited for 2, 3, or maybe a day in responding to their emails, they would forget what they're asking. And so to help them learn virtually and in an online environment, it's extremely important that you are prompt in responding to their inquiries or emails, as annoying as it may be. But this is why online teaching is more complicated and more challenging than a traditional classroom, because in an online classroom you need to do more work to be able to connect more to your students, and being able to connect more to your students will translate to the grades that your students will achieve after the semester. So keep that in mind. Again, I'm just speaking from my experience as an online teacher, and I've learned so many tricks. I've made a lot of mistakes already in the past, so I must say, well experienced when it comes to helping students achieve in an online environment. So these are just my tips. This is Dr. Esperanza. Thank you for watching my video. If you happen to like my video, please share and subscribe and hit that notification bell button so that I'll be able to share more of my tips and expertise when it comes to content creator for our students in an online environment. Meron kayo Manila Bulletin ng June 2. Tingnan nyo po yung panorama dahil nandun po si number vendor sa article. At kung hindi nyo pa nababasa yung article, punta lang kayo sa manilabulletin.com and go to or find number vendor dun sa search section para mabasa nyo yung full article nila na sinulat sa akin.